Money Monday and Faithful Friday. Let's talk about the weekly rhythms that get you set up to be focused and clear and confident and to be receptive, satisfied, and aware. I created Money Monday and Faithful Friday, the weekly wealth rituals, because what I noticed after 10 years of working with spiritually conscious professional and business people all over the world is that I saw that many people, when they want to have an improvement with their financial situation and they've got a spiritual mindset or background, is I still saw people scrambling. And it had the feel to me, it was kind of like yo-yo dieting. Like, I'm going to get my money stuff together. I'm going to believe in abundance affirmations. And then I'm going to get real busy and I'm going to do some strategies. And then after a while, I fall off. And I'm not quite sure why I fall off, but I know I should get back on. So I'm going to get back on it again. And it wasn't that people aren't and weren't sincere. And it wasn't that people didn't understand that a spiritual approach to money takes time, energy, and attention. It's that we didn't have clear, sustainable ways to be in the rhythm and flow of a spiritual deepening and financial expansion. So that's where the approach to Money Monday and Faithful Friday was born. And what I'm going to share with you is a little bit of the background of how this approach came to be. And this background starts with this idea about leading our money through both the masculine and the feminine approaches to wealth. So you'll see that the slide says leverage both the masculine and feminine approaches in order to be able to build wealth or experience wealth through both action and awareness. So I'm going to give a little context here when you think of masculine and feminine. And why do I care about this so much? So one of the reasons is that like my whole journey has been about integration. Like if I had a theme for my life, it's integration of spirit and matter, integration of masculine and feminine, integration of darkness and tragedy and pain with the light. Like I love the intensity of differences and how they come together. And I happen to be a, passionate woman with a ton of masculine energy. And part of what I found that really helped me in my life, tangent but interesting, is that in order for me to have a happy, healthy marriage with a man, is I had to embrace my own masculinity and love it and appreciate it and respect it. That is a whole nother story, but really has wisdom for us when we think about money. All people, all beings, wherever they are on the gender or orientation spectrum, all beings have masculine and feminine energies. Both are valuable, both are good, both can be very relevant to your money. Masculine energy is single focus. And if you think about it, when it comes to money, single focus shows up in action, in clarity, in direction. The spiritual qualities of masculine spiritual qualities around money and wealth are wisdom, power, purpose. Masculine is giving. It's the healthy, positive provider. Now, what I notice is spiritually oriented folks, especially women, without healthy masculine energy will be frantic busy, often feeling fearful, frantic busy. With healthy masculine energy, this is true, man, woman, everybody, when we do have healthy masculine energy in our money, we're focused, we're equanimous, like we have a sense of peacefulness, we're clear seeing, and we definitely will have like the desire to provide, like to respect value, and it's really positive to have good masculine energy with your money. Feminine energy, feminine approaches The feminine is about diffuse. It's about the awareness and inclusivity of everything. So wealth with the feminine approach is about the awareness, the havingness, the appreciation for what is. The spiritual qualities of the feminine for money is love, grace, receptivity. It's that desire and ability and appreciation for the magic and the mystery of how we are supplied. It's beautiful when people have that feminine awareness and appreciation for money, wealth, supply. Receptivity, the ability to have and appreciate, it's like a graciousness that comes into wealth and money. Without it, especially women, without the feminine grace, receptivity, love, what'll happen is folks will feel empty. And that emptiness can't be satisfied. And I'll also say that emptiness, I think, is sometimes underneath of money avoidance or spending decisions, or I just don't know where it went. It's almost like there's just nothing that can fill the hole. But when individuals, especially women, have a sense of that feminine appreciation, there's this beautiful present moment satisfaction. And it's interesting. It's also the ability to say, yes, thank you, and no, thank you, I've had enough. It's the capacity to have. And you can see how critical it is to have both active as a money leader. Masculine for giving, focus, action. Feminine for receptivity, appreciation, and havingness. So how do you implement this idea that both the masculine and feminine are valuable and important? Well, one of the things that I've discovered is that money, like everything else in life, loves rhythm. And that if you want to have a sustainable, rhythmic flow, you want to build your wealth through action and awareness. And out of that, what emerged are these two weekly prosperity practices, Money Monday and Faithful Friday. And for those of you that have a copy of my mini book, it's a mini book with a big idea. I put the how to do a money purpose statement and then some of the specifics around Money Monday and Faithful Friday into that little book. So a weekly prosperity practice it means it's time and energy on Mondays for giving for the masculine and on Fridays for receptivity for the feminine. And let's take a look at some of the elements of Money Monday and Faithful Friday. So on Mondays, you're giving, which is about action, and it also activates the spiritual principle of circulation, your vitality. All of life is giving and receiving, and this flow of circulation, this infinity symbol, when you're in vital flow, you're healthy and you have the capacity to grow. And the way to activate the flow is to start by giving. So on Mondays for your Money Monday practice, the giving that you do, it gives you focus. Money Mondays, it's somewhere between 10 and 30 minutes, depending on what you're doing and what your Monday's like. And the place you start with your giving is you give financially. So you give thanks for the 100% that comes to you. And then off of the top, my recommendation is that you give at 10%, that you give a tithe. That's what the word tithe means, 10%, a tenth. Now, the principle of tithing or spiritual giving financially, off of the top of our good, is a spiritual practice that's been around for thousands of years. The ancients put 10% of the best fruits of their harvest into the soil. Across the religious traditions, the idea that you give thanks for the 100% and leave 10% behind is a classic religious and spiritual practice. In my own life, what I've found is givers gain and get, and that there's something so beautiful about every dollar that comes. I give thanks for the 100%, and off of the top, I recognize, celebrate my spiritual source behind all the channels that money flows. And the way that I do that is with 10%. You want to give to inspiration, the things that fill you with the sense of closeness with your spiritual source, and give from a sense of connection. You don't give to get other stuff, although I'll tell you that people will always say that when you give, you can't outgive God. You'll find blessings that come in ways that are magnificent. But give from a sense of connection and gratitude. Give to places, people, institutions that spiritually inspire you. And with any spiritual practice, start where you are. So if you haven't been tithing, you don't have to catch up like an accounts payable. You want to start with where you are, and you may want to do spiritual giving at 1%, but do it consistently and weekly. Now, if you're someone who does your giving on the weekend at your spiritual center, or you do it automatically, on Mondays what you do is you recognize or notice the receipts that have come in the last week, and you give your blessing for your tithes. But on Mondays, you connect to your spiritual giving. And then you're going to give your attention to your money. So you might say your money purpose statement out loud, do your financial management for the week, and you might be someone who's looking at sales reports for the business you own, or you might be looking at deposits in an account. You might be, some people might be on the first week of the month, you're doing your QuickBooks downloads and identifying categories before you send it over to the bookkeeper. Money Mondays are your time to look at whatever your financial management piece are. Some people will look ahead to the week and say, what are the collections we need to do? What new clients are coming in? It's also a great time to look at your specific money goals and select 2 to 3 of the most leveraged actions for the week. What are the things that require your most important attention, particularly for your most important money goals? And then you want to be in accountability with those 2 actions. You may post on your Facebook group, or you may talk to your prosperity partner. Here are the things I'm committed to this week. Whew. That's Money Monday. So just imagine that you're doing that 10 to 30 minutes every Monday. What does that do for you? How clear, how engaged, how undistracted, how positive would that be for you in your life? Money Monday. To balance the rhythmic flow of your week, Faithful Friday. And Faithful Friday is based on the power of receiving. So receiving is being in awareness that deepens our experience of our unity. Faithful Friday is more than just great gratitude. It's awareness that we are one with something greater. Our awareness of our oneness with Source is the place that we find real security and peace of mind. And awareness is the capacity to feel something. It's the thing that's essential for us to have an experience of the thing we desire. So here's a good analogy. If you had a dear friend who was wanting to meet a brand new lover in their lives, and they came to you and said, I want to meet this fabulous new person, and when I bring in this new lover, then I'm gonna be so much more patient. I'm gonna take really good care of myself. You would so say to your friend, oh honey, don't wait, start now. We know that it's like your friend's not going to be able to care for themselves more kindly because somebody new comes in any more kindly and deeply and attentively than they can for themselves. So we're pretty smart about the idea that like no outside love can make up if we don't have love for ourselves. It's the same thing about our experience of money and wealth and havingness, that frankly, we're pretty wise. And I'm going to show you here like one source. We're pretty wise about what really causes peace and satisfaction and takes away fear is a connection to something greater. Something in our soul knows that things that are channels, the stuff that comes and goes in life, the job and the spouse and the portfolio and the real estate and the government we like and the government we don't like these things come and go. And if we think our security comes from a channel, we're always going to feel afraid and dissatisfied. So we want to celebrate and respect channels and understand that our connection to source is our peace. So that's the principle behind your Faithful Friday practice. On Fridays, your practice deepens your faith, your experience of your oneness. So don't skip or skimp on the receiving practice on Fridays. So this is a ritualized time. I often will lead a Faithful Friday practice early in the morning on our Facebook group. You can watch that one. It's usually somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes on Fridays. You might be writing it in a journal or listening or doing it as an audio practice. But Faithful Friday is 2 rounds of reflection. We want to look back over our week and do 2 things. And some will start with the kind of the spiritual quality or the value first. How in my life did my spiritual leadership quality show up in the last week? So how did the divine reveal itself in my life? So I've been working with the quality of wisdom. And I look back over the week and I see the intelligence of the divine, the grace that came when I said no thank you to an opportunity. And I could feel that I was spiritually supported in that. The second round of reflection on Faithful Friday is looking for your money results. So how are my financial goals and measures showing up now? So this is the thing of look to see that the things you desire are manifesting. We nickname it collecting the evidence. So look back over your week. If you're looking to bring in new clients, how many prospecting conversations did you have? How many of those turned into new clients? How is that an improvement in the numbers over the week before? You're looking to say, see, it's happening now. My financial goals are coming true. And then it's really nice to share your gratitudes, again, on your Facebook group or with a prosperity partner. For me, here's my Faithful Friday experience of the divine, experience of my money goals. I feel so grateful, so receptive, so faithful. So what is it for you when you activate that kind of receptivity and awareness? What does that get you? For many people, yes, it gives you that sense of fulfillment. And it also gives you an opportunity to stop. Real sustained results come from rhythm, action, and reflection. Go, 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 stop and rest. Masculine and feminine. Getting the thing, appreciating the thing. So Faithful Friday cues you that you can stop. And for some, it may mean you can stop and have a weekend that you enjoy. For others, it may mean you can stop and close down shop and trust your team for the rest of the day. It gives you that chance to stop and rest. So Money Monday and Faithful Friday are weekly rituals, weekly wealth rituals, so that you are in the rhythm of building your wealth through action and experiencing your wealth through awareness.